everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my detailed review and install of the Ford Performance by Borla Sport Cat-Back Exhaust System, featuring the dual split rear exit configuration with the black chrome tips, available for your 2015 and newer 5-liter powered F-150. Now in this review, I'm going to do my best to break down the sound profile you can expect when bolting up the Ford Performance by Borla system to your rig. We're going to talk a little bit more about the construction and materials, and then last but not least, we'll quickly talk you through the installation. And because you might have to cut this system depending on your wheelbase, I'm going to call it a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on my difficulty meter, but nevertheless we will have some more detail on that later on. So the sports system here is going to be for the 5-liter truck owners out there who have money to drop on a very aggressive system in regards to overall volume and tone, one that will deliver that very popular dual split rear exit configuration, and last but not least will be for the owners who want to go with one of the nicest systems in the category when it boils down to construction and materials. But since this is an exhaust review after all, let's have some fun and talk sound, shall we? And as I just pointed out at the very top of this video, guys, this thing will be pretty gnarly on your 5-liter truck. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going right to my Wake the Neighbor scale, where I do have the Sport coming in at a strong 4 out of 5. Now this thing won't be as loud as the Borla Attack, for instance, or that Outlaw from Flowmaster, but it's pretty damn close. Now if you dig everything about this system, you really like the materials, you like the construction, you want to stick with that Ford Performance by Borla name, but you're not really crazy about all that sound or volume, check out the Touring system instead. It's going to deliver nearly everything you're seeing here, but minus a little volume. So now that you know this thing will be rattling some windows on your 5-liter powered truck, let's break down the construction and materials. And first and foremost, it's really no secret that Ford Performance and Borla buddied up to make the sports system, and as such you're going to be getting a premium made in the USA Cat-Back. And when I'm talking about premium stuff, guys, I'm not just referring to the construction alone, but also the materials used. Premium grade 304 stainless steel throughout, the best material money can buy, and it's ultimately going to be the best bet when it comes time to reducing corrosion. Materials aside, you are looking at 3-inch tubing leading into the resonator and into the straight through by design Sport Series muffler. That diameter does kick down to 2¼ inch tubing here, all mandrel bent, and everything's going to exit out these 4-inch tips. They're black chrome. You can grab a traditional chrome on the site if you'd like. You actually save yourself some dough by doing so. And these tips themselves, well, they're not actually round. They're more of a square shape, which I think actually looks pretty unique. Now, the Ford Performance by Borla stuff is always top quality, and that was really evident when breaking this thing out of the box. Unfortunately, that high quality construction doesn't come cheap. You're looking at just north of $1,200 for the Ford Performance by Borla sports system here with those black chrome tips, putting it right in line with some of the Corsa offerings, and of course the non-Ford Performance Borla stuff as well. But as promised, let's talk a little bit more here about the installation process. Now guys, we're not going to break down a step-by-step for you because Ford Performance does a great job of doing that in the directions, but I am going to cover some of the meat and potatoes here for you. Now 1 out of 3 wrenches on my difficulty meter here, and if you have to cut, we'll just knock it up to a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches because honestly it's just one cut and it's really not all that bad. So be sure to just double check the wheelbase of your F-150 first. Again, Ford Performance does lay out very clearly how much you need to cut depending on your cab and bed size, otherwise known as your wheelbase. As far as time, well, you're looking at just about an hour or 2 from start to finish to remove the factory system and get the new sport system in place. As far as tool list, well, you're looking at a basic socket set here, guys, a hanger removal tool if you don't have one of those, a simple flathead screwdriver or pry bar simply does the trick, and I always like to use a little bit of penetrating oil, WD-40, PB Blast, whatever, on those rubber hangers just to make them a little easier to deal with. Now, if you do have to cut, just make sure you have your Sawzall on hand, of course, with a fresh metal blade or whatever you use to cut laying around the garage or shop. Now, removing the factory system is the easy part. However, it can be a little bulky and a little cumbersome to muscle around by yourself. So if you have a buddy, grab them now. This would be a great time to use them. Once that factory system is out of the way, you can get to work installing the new Ford Performance by Borla Sport system in reverse order. They recommend starting from front to back. I'm going to tell you to do the same thing. It's a lot easier that way. Get the entire system on the truck first before you start tightening everything down. And that's especially true here with these tailpipes, guys. You're going to want to have a buddy kind of hold them where you want them while you're tightening the clamps down because that will lock everything into place. Ultimately, if you follow those detailed instructions, you should have no problem banging this one out in an hour or 2 tops. Well guys, the Ford Performance by Borla Sport system is definitely one of my top picks here on the site when it comes to your 5-liter powered truck, because you're getting just a rock solid build quality here, awesome materials, and even better sound from that dual split rear exit configuration. And honestly, it just kicks ass. So that is my review of the Ford Performance by Borla Sport system, which you can grab right here at AmericanMuscle.com.